This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, I hope you're all having a great start to your weekend. Weather's a little bit miserable, but what can you do about it? Either way, it ain't going to spoil our weekend, is it? Anyway, I was watching some interviews with Eddie Hearn. Of course, he's over there in America, in Dallas, promoting the Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez. That's going to be a very, very interesting fight, unification, all that kind of thing. But of course, while he's over there, naturally, reporters are going to be asking him his reflection on Joshua Ruiz and all that kind of thing. Rumours about the 50 million that Andy Ruiz is asking for. Where's the rematch going to be, etc., etc. So on this particular video, I want to talk about the location of it, where Eddie Hearn has said that for him, he would prefer to do it in the UK, but Joshua, his mindset is he wants to fight again in America at Madison Square Garden. So the exact same venue that he lost to Ruiz. In his mind, it's a case of, well, this is where it went wrong. Now I want to go back to the same place to rectify it. Now, first of all, I have no issues with that whatsoever. For me, I don't care where the fight is, it's fine. But certain things do raise some kind of alarm bells in me. And one of them is, listen, anybody who watches boxing, you will know, for whatever reason, most Brits traveling just don't perform. I don't know why it is. I have no clue. I mean, you would think that a ring is a ring, right? But whatever it may be, we see our fighters just not performing how they usually do. I have no idea why. And maybe Joshua is one of those. Maybe he's one of those guys that just doesn't travel too well. Maybe it's a case of he traveled to America too early in his career. It could be that. But for me, I think that it's just my opinion, of course, but if I had a choice, which obviously I don't, then I would prefer it to be in the UK. Joshua took his belts, he travelled abroad. That other champion isn't doing it, as in Wilder. So Joshua did what others say that he doesn't do. He doesn't travel, he's not a world champion, which is kind of ironic coming from their section of fans when their champion doesn't travel. It's weird, isn't it? But regardless, Joshua did it, and it didn't quite work out for him. For whatever reason it may be, was it something to do with his sparring? Was it something to do with panic? Was it whatever it was? Ultimately, the official record shows that Joshua lost. Now, for him to have a rematch in the same arena, again, I have no issue with it whatsoever. I understand his thought process, that's for sure, where quite clearly something wasn't right and he wants to rectify it in the same venue. He doesn't want it to be, well, he travelled to America, he fell, so he retreated back to the UK, his comfort zone, etc. And I fully understand that and I fully support that. But for me personally, I would prefer it to be in the UK. I think there's been too much of the likes of Eddie Hearn and what have you, pushing our fighters over to America to help build DAZN. Again, I fully understand it. That's where the money is. Obviously, all fighters want to get paid well. And of course, it's his new venture into DAZN, into America. He wants to make that a success. Again, I fully support it. But I think that maybe Joshua, it was too early in his career to have travelled. Maybe having half a camp here in the UK, then finishing off in America wasn't ideal. Listen, we don't know what the answer is, but only Joshua knows, and for him to say that he wants to rematch in America would suggest that he knows what the problem was, and he wants to fix it, and he wants to rectify it in front of the same audience that was there last time. But problem is with this one, there was over 8,000 Brits and Irish and plenty of others from around the world who flew over to New York to watch him perform, and he lost. So by him fighting again at the same arena, how many people are going to be willing to go to America thinking, well, actually, you may actually lose now? We've seen you lose before. Maybe you just can't cope with being abroad, or a change of scenery, or whatever it may be. How many fans are going to go over there? In my opinion, not too many. As we know, Joshua has unfortunately lost a lot of fans. We can see that. But I think a lot of that is the manner of how he lost and the manner of how he was reacting to it after the fight. In my opinion, him and Eddie Hearn, that they're doing this for the comeback story. So when you get knocked down in life, you bounce back up again. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the moral of that story. But I do feel that a lot of fans want answers to say, listen, if something was wrong, why aren't you telling us? So we can carry on supporting you. So we can say, right, okay then. So you didn't just get done, but there was a reason why. There was a reason why you look different in the ring walk, in the introductions, how you performed, while your punch resistance was absolutely shoddy. Maybe Joshua knows that, which is why he wants to rectify it in the very same arena. So again, no issues with him fighting in Madison Square Garden, if that is his reasoning. But for me, I personally wouldn't expect the rematch to be a sellout. Not at all. Unless, of course, a lot of the Mexicans, Americans are now buying into Andy Ruiz, which if they are, great, in which case they'll come in their droves to support him. Again, great. If that's doing it. But I don't think there's going to be so many travelling Brits to go support him. Honestly, I don't. So by putting it in the UK, he's still going to have the support. People are more willing to travel to watch him fight, etc., etc. But anyway, obviously, listen, you guys drop your thoughts below in the comment section as to whether you do or do not believe that maybe he should be fighting again at the same venue to correct the wrong that happened. Or do you feel that maybe he should go back to the UK? Because right now, it's been a week since he fought there and he's still in America. Most people, when they lose and they're the travelling fighter, shall we say, very next day they're on that plane getting back to their family, getting back to their country. Joshua hasn't. He's been hanging around. And I'm sure, he's been getting some kind of abuse or mocking or whatever it may be. Or ultimately, he's getting new fans. Don't quite know how it's all working out. But either way, he's still over there. So is Eddie Hearn. So we will hopefully find out where the venue's going to be. I know there's been like a lot of talk about with Andy Ruiz saying that he's in control now. He'll decide where the fight's going to be. He should get 50 million. And of course, Eddie Hearn's pretty much clarified that in not so many words, whatever's in the contract is pretty watertight. So the rematch place venue will happen where they say it will be, and how much Andy Ruiz Jr. is getting, again, was also predetermined in the contract that Andy Ruiz Jr. signed beforehand. Is there a loophole? Maybe. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it all. For me, I have no issues with Joshua fighting at Madison Square Garden. I would prefer it to be in the UK, but if it's going to be at Madison Square Garden, then that's where it'll be. Ultimately, in my opinion, a ring should be a ring, but for whatever reason, Brits don't travel too well. Only very, very few do. Tyson Fury, Joe Calzaghe, and a few others. Outside of that, not many do. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. Anyway, you drop your thoughts below about it. Click the thumbs up and, of course, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.